Hey, all right. You are listening to the Deadman's Tome podcast. I'm your host, MrDeadman, and this is the show that's broadcast live from a trailer park deep in the heart of Meth County, Texas. I got a nice sponsor here I have to read tonight, Angie's Trailer Park Bathwater. When this product was first introduced on the market, it was quickly pulled down because, well, people got sick. You'd be surprised by that, huh? But, I mean, when I say sick, they got like swamp ass, like no matter what you did, sort of sick. But the company grew wise. They grew wise to a certain fact that some people reported that they actually lost weight from the constant diarrhea and vomiting. Some people used it as a weight loss supplement, and it also strengthened their immune systems. And guess what? You can get this too. I'm not making this up. You probably think I'm making this up. Let me show you the image. Let me show you our sponsor here. There you go. Trailer Park Bathwater. You can get it for $19.99. I don't have the website link for anything for it right now, but you could just give the money to me. We'll make sure you get the Trailer Park Bathwater. How about that? The donation link is up there. The PayPal link is up there. If you send the money, the $19.99, and you request the Trailer Park Bathwater, you'll get that. Anyway, our guest tonight is Dawn Shea. How's it going?
Hello.
You doing all right?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Did you ever try the Trailer Park Bathwater?
I have not tried it, but I mean, it sounds like it's a winner.
It is a winner. I mean, are you struggling with weight loss? I mean, you don't have to answer that. You're a lady. That's rude for me to even. That was rude for me to even ask. But leave it to me to ask that question, okay? Are you wanting to cut some pounds, but real fast?
I mean, what woman doesn't?
Right? What man doesn't either? Let's be honest there. So it works like that. It works very well. It works very well in that department. And, like I said, it's all natural, too. All natural ingredients. Got another announcement here. Doing a contest, or not a contest, more a poll between Shania Twain and Cardi B. And what is this? What is this? This is which one of these celebrities would most likely survive the longest in a Camp Crystal Lake stay? Right now, you can go to the Deadman's Tome Facebook page and participate in this poll. I'm curious what people choose. Shania Twain right now is in the lead, which I don't understand. She's Canadian. I know she's a country girl, but she's Canadian. She's going to apologize when Jason stabs her. That's what's going to happen. Cardi B, on the other hand, I mean, she has a reputation of drugging men and taking their money. You know? She's a stripper, and she knows the game. Cardi B, when she talks, she might not sound very intelligent, but you'll be surprised. She will play you faster than you ever could know. Like, you wake up robbed. You wake up handcuffed to the bed. You wake up like, what happened? Cardi B happened. So Jason tries to stab Cardi B. Cardi B already drugged Jason somehow. So Jason's already like knocked out. I don't know. But we'll see. What do you think, Dawn?
Well, I totally voted for Cardi B. I'll just say that. I think she could win.
And why is that?
Well, she always knows how to handle her business, and she's not scared of anybody. So even though I would probably be a little intimidated by Jason, I don't think she would be. I think she would just handle it.
Right. I don't think she would be intimidated by Jason at all. In fact, she would you know what? That's all you really need to say. She would not be intimidated by him. She wouldn't even be scared of him. She would just kick him right in the nuts.
That's right.
And take his money. And he doesn't have any money? Take his machete and cut him. Cut his head off. Boom. Like that.
Right.
Of course, Jason might be... the other thing is, Jason might be mesmerized by her ass. That's the other thing. He's never seen an ass like that before.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, you guys can still vote on that. Anyway, Don, Shea, I didn't bring you on here to talk about Cardi B and Shania Twain. I really brought you here to interrogate you with my questions. Are you ready? Are you ready for the interrogation?
Ready.
Okay. Who are you and what do you do?
Well, first of all, I'm a confirmed ghost story and horror film addict. I'll say that first. But I am a wife. I'm a mother. I have 5 beautiful children, and I am an RN by trade.
An RN by trade, a nurse. Okay.
Yes.
Wait. So you are a nurse. I mean, I can't let this one go. Right now we're dealing with COVID. That's like the biggest thing in the world right now. You are a nurse, so tell me. Because the narrative right now is that people are dropping like flies due to COVID. Are there dead bodies everywhere in your hospital because of COVID?
No dead bodies. No.
No. Okay. Don't lie to me, Dawn. Don't lie. Okay. Because the narrative right now is people are dying. COVID equals death. That's what Cuomo said. COVID equals death. Is everyone dying?
No, not from my experience. No, that is not true.
Well, I don't know, Don. If you're just gonna come in here and lie, then I don't know. So what do you mean? So I take it that you've seen the hospital. Well, you've seen the hospital. So people getting sick with COVID. So if they're not dying, I guess they're recovering. They're able to leave the hospital and be fine, kind of.
That's not to say that nobody's died, but
True.
anyone that I've had any experience with, they have recovered and went on to be fine.
Right. Well, that's good news. And by the way, not belittling the people who did die. It's tragedy. It's a tragic way to go. It's sad. But at the same time, it is good news to know that it isn't instant death. We're not dealing with the Black Plague.
Right.
You know, it's now when you're treating your patients, is it hell? Is this like a flu times 10? Like, what is this?
Yes. The ones that are sick and actually have symptoms are really sick. But then on the other hand, you have the ones that are asymptomatic and don't even know that they have it until they get a positive COVID test.
Okay, I'm hoping I'm in that camp. I want to be in the asymptomatic camp where,
I don't blame you.
I'd rather be there. That way I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to infect you. I just didn't know I had it. It's not funny, but it is. I don't know. Okay. But the ones that are really sick, they go through the motions and they take medication and treatment and they recover.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do they have to use ventilators or no ventilators?
So far, I've not had any that have had to use the ventilator, no.
That's good. I've heard stuff like if they're on ventilator, then they're probably going to die. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true.
Well, that is pretty much a last step, so to speak. So the fact that they're on the ventilator is probably not a good sign, but, there's people I don't know them personally, but I've seen on the news and various things that came off the ventilator as well. So there's hope still.
Now, I kind of wish I knew it beforehand that you were a nurse, that we could frame this episode like that. No, don't worry. We're not going to talk. We're not going to spend too much time on COVID. I definitely want to talk about the ABCs of terror and your work and all that. But for those listening, this could be very valuable information. Are there certain medications that people could take, certain things people could do that could help them when they do get sick with COVID?
The main things that I have heard that are helping the most are vitamin E and vitamin C.
Vitamin E?
And that's recommended vitamin E. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought it was vitamin D, but it's vitamin E?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Vitamin E and vitamin C.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I mean, there's prescription medication,
Okay.
antibiotics and things that they're trying different ones. And different people have different reactions to medication. So I think that's part of it as well. Something that might help one person might not help the next person,
So if you stocked up on a bunch of cold medicine or flu medicine and you get COVID and you're experiencing symptoms, does that stuff even do anything?
No.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, then I'm really hoping that I'm on the asymptomatic side, because the most I'm going to get is a nice nap, I guess, through the NyQuil slumber, and wake up still congested lungs and hard breathing.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I'd probably just drink more NyQuil and hope it wins. I'd be like, it's the fight. I'm gonna sleep this one through it. I'm gonna sleep through this fight.
That's
the
right.
fight of my life.
Sometimes you just have to sleep through it.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go and shift gears real fast. So ABCs actually, for those, let's go this. So you're publishing. From understanding, you're kind of new to the publishing game, and I like hearing that. I like hearing that there's a new publisher out there, because there needs to be more. More publishers means that there's more options for writers to get paid, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why publish? Why do that?
Actually, when I first started with the idea of ABCs, I was planning on writing the whole thing myself. I had my list of all the ABCs and what thing I was going to cover under that letter. And someone that I know suggested that, was like, hey, why don't you get, some other authors to help you write these stories? And so it kind of just snowballed from there. And then I was like, well, what do I do with it after I get done with it?
Mm-hmm.
And so then the self-publishing came up, and it's just kind of grown, every day. It grows every day.
So the publishing aspect actually grew from the book itself, ABCs of Terror.
Yeah.
Which you were going to come up with the stories, ABC. Okay, that's a lot of stories to write yourself. But so it's a story for every letter?
Yes. Uh-huh.
All right. And being this is your first book going out, what authors are on the roster?
We have Patrick C. Harrison III.
All right.
We have Jane Albee Harris.
Okay.
Chris Miller.
Oh, that's nice.
Mike Duke. We have Mike Innenbach, Sean McDonough, Kevin J. Kennedy, Nicholas Catron, Mark Deloy.
Okay.
Zoe Zolkin.
Yeah, these are all names that I'm familiar with too. Some of these people have been on the show, which is great. It's a circle in a way,
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good roster to have as a first book going out there.
Absolutely.
Now, is it a paid gig? Is it a for the love gig?
The first one, they're all getting a paperback copy is their payment, but this volume 2 they are getting payment. Yes.
Okay, that's good, and I like that because I understand that for the love, some people have kind of mixed feelings about it. I don't want to write that much for it, but as a new publisher, I totally understand why a publisher might do for the love for a little bit, or at least offer a paperback. That's something that costs you something. That costs you shipping. Costs you a copy. So, but you got to start somewhere.
Right.
I mean, a publisher's not going to be able to pay authors if they don't have any way to make money, if they don't have any material out there, then they don't have any way to make money at all, you know? So that's very nice. It's very nice of them. That's good. Now, the ABCs of Terror, is this all related by any chance to the ABCs? What is it called? The ABCs of Horror? What is that horror movie? It's a anthology. It's kind of like a collection of shorts. No, you know what I'm talking about? You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, what is it? I think it's ABCs of Horror. But someone correct me there in the chat.
ABCs of Death.
ABCs of Death. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So let me guess. A's like Abominable Snowman.
Actually, A is Arachnid.
Oh, spiders. Fuck them. Wait. Are you deathly afraid of spiders?
I am, and I actually wrote that story.
Prove it. So if you saw a spider, would you burn down the whole house?
Probably close. I will tear stuff up and hurt myself if I see one. It's a nightmare.
A spider for me, not so much. It would have to be a big one. It would have to be a big old spider. But a roach, especially one of those like little German roaches. I forgot what they call them. Those little bastards. Those. If I see one, I'm like, screw that. I'm out there with like 2 spray cans going to Kimbo out there, just spraying. Taking food out of the pantry, cans, spraying. I'm like, no, it's all going. It's all going. But you know what?
Yeah.
It never wins. I can never win against them. Fucking bastards.
They are persistent, I will say that.
They are. They are. God dang. Okay. So what about B? B's for bastards, which would be roaches, right?
Oh, you're so close.
Oh, so what is bastards?
B is for behemoth.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. A behemoth roach. I'm really going on with this roach thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I like this. This episode is going to be so easy. I'll just go through all the letters, and in the hour will be done. No, I'm just joking. No, but C is definitely going to be cat, right?
No.
No?
C is clown.
The clowns. Come on. Clowns killing.
But there's
are you afraid? Are you afraid of clowns?
No, I'm not afraid of clowns.
Okay. I'm not afraid of clowns either, but I do think cats are the spawn of Satan. I'm being
Cats
serious.
Are pretty tricky.
I like cats, but I know that they are the spawn of Satan. They maybe it's my particular cat because even when I pet her just right, she'll still scratch me.
They are not loyal.
No. At least not the ones I've known. They're not loyal. Maybe it's something about me. I don't know. Okay. Now, what is the craziest story in this ABCs of Terror?
This is like asking my favorite one because I cannot pick my favorite one.
Oh, so you like crazy?
Well, you know.
I don't know. Okay, what's your husband like? Is your husband crazy? Does he ride like motorcycles? Y'all on some sort of crazy stuff? I don't know. You tell me.
I like crazy stories, but
crazy stories.
No,
okay.
my husband. Yes.
Okay.
My husband he's not crazy. No, he's very quiet and
all right. That's
and laid
good.
back.
That's good. So you're not picking your mates at the psych ward or something like that. You know, you're not.
Oh no.
Okay,
I quit doing that.
Okay, you quit doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know, C could have been crazy. You know, it could have like crazy just in general, but clowns.
Exactly.
All right, so maybe the craziest story is something you kind of stuck on, but what about the most offensive?
Most offensive.
What is N?
Mm-hmm.
What is letter N?
N is for nos.
Okay, good. You passed the test. Okay. Oh, wait. What about P? What is P?
Puppet.
I thought it was gonna be puta. Okay, but puppet. Okay, yeah, puppet's nice. Like a horror puppet, like a killer puppet.
Yes, like it's a killer puppet. Yes. Mr. Annenbach wrote that story, actually.
Oh God, he wrote that story. Okay, I know where his mind goes. I know where that motherfucker's mind goes. Okay, wait a second. Are we talking about a hand puppet or some other kind of puppet?
It's like Pinocchio.
Oh, okay, now, and making sure it's some dude's hand at the puppet or something else. I know how Mike Innenbach thinks, and maybe he only thought that way on the show. I don't know, but it's usually kind of dirty. Is there some questionable things happening with this puppet?
No, he kept it pretty clean. Well,
okay,
it's gory, but
clean story.
Not dirty.
Okay, so not like a Japanese sex doll that turns into a killer doll.
No, nothing like that.
Okay. All right. So P's for puppet. What are some other offensive words, guys, in the chat? Mandy G. What about F? What is F? What's the letter F?
F is fairies.
Oh, that could. Fairy? What kind of fairy? I'm not looking to get you, by the way. I hate cancel culture. I think cancel culture is a poison to society. But this is fun.
It's the little Tinkerbell type fairy.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them too. When I went to La Bears one time. I went there once. I don't go there all the time. I'm not supposed to, especially now because of COVID. But I wanted to know whether or not I was gay or not. I went to La Bears once. I was like, okay, I'm not gay.
That's always a good thing to know about yourself.
Yep, I figured that out. Okay, yeah. Mandy G in the chat asked, what is Z? Is it zombie? Is it zombie?
It is zombie.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, that's easy to guess, but what kind of zombie? Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, Romero zombies, totally.
Okay, so reanimated dead, like slow zombie, or like Zack Snyder's remake of the Night of the Living Dead, like they're going fast, they're running.
No running. They're slow.
They're slow. Okay. All right. Let's go with the zombie story real fast. Now, because I do like these collections. I like these ABC things, kind of like the ABC of Death. It's fun. It's interesting. While not all the shorts in that movie were on the same level because they're done by different directors, different casts, so different quality, And with a short story collection with anthology, it's like, and you have a good roster. These are very creative minds, very very capable of writing some very good stories within this. Even taking something as like simple as zombie, which a lot of people in horror like another zombie story. That's even coming from me who did Bikers versus the Undead, which is obviously zombies. What is something that makes this zombie story different from others? Like what's something that makes it important for people to read or entertaining even?
It's kind of a love story. It's about a husband and wife. The wife ends up turning into a zombie, and in most zombie stories, movies, stories, whatever, even if their loved one turns into a zombie, with the exception of Shaun of the Dead, where he kept him in the shed. But generally speaking, they have to, shoot them in the head or cut their head off or whatever. He kind of just goes with it because that's the love of his life. So he kind of just goes with the flow and lets it happen,
I totally understand that, especially if the wife's sister's hot. That way he can be like, well, I always wanted, wait, I gotta, where am I going with that one? But now she's not going to say anything. No. But okay. But yeah, keep a loved one. What would you do though if your loved one turned into a zombie? I mean, would you try to keep it or would you kill it? I'm already saying it, so you probably know where I'm going with it. I mean,
personally, I would kill them.
I would have to. You would have to,
I
right?
mean, it's logic.
Right? I mean, you'd have to kill them. If you're a sicko, you could try to like restrain them. I mean, like, what do you do with a zombified wife or a zombified husband? Like, what can you do with them? You can't talk. Not like you'd even want to talk to them anyway. I don't know, but you couldn't. They're not going to help you pay the rent anymore. They're not going to help you pay the bills. They're not working.
Right.
They're not going to help you discipline the kids or take care of the kids. So what are they going to do?
They're just going to try to eat your face.
Right, and not in a good way. Not
right.
And they're still pissing and shitting all over the place. I mean, I don't know if the jury's out whether or not zombies still shit and piss.
Do that?
Well, think about this. Their asshole's still there, and I'm sure there's still stuff is coming out of it. I mean, how does that work? It's just one and done? Empty the bowels and that's it?
But if they're dead, then their intestines and their digestive system wouldn't be working.
Well, true. But then again, they're dead and their legs are working. So how does that work? You know, that's something about zombies.
Right.
How does that work? Their legs are walking.
I don't know.
Are they breathing? I mean, they're making sounds. So what's going on with their stomach? And they eat. So why don't they shit? I mean, it just makes sense.
It's a valid question.
Someone asked in the chat, Manny G, have you ever been to the Monreville Mall? I have not. They kept the head of a zombie in the basement in Santa Clarita Diet. They did. I think I've seen an episode of that. That was actually pretty interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I've not watched all of that, but I know what show they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen it before. Okay, so the zombie story sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. So it's a love story in a way, but not. Who's writing that one?
Me, myself, and I.
Oh, hey, nice. Okay. All right. Now, the hardest letters would have to be, I would think, X and O. What's O?
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay. It's. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, is it
Ovinnik? I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
Ovinnik?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Ovinnik? What? What is that?
I would.
Are they just making
like
up words now? That doesn't count. You can't just make up words.
Several of them use folklore type monsters. Yeah, so it's one of those.
They're cheating. I would have used orgasm. I would have done orgasm, done like the orgasm of death, you know. Unless, wait, is there like a no erotica, no sexual stuff in this book?
No.
Okay.
Well, they can't. They can't have like
explicit
gratuitous rape or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
but
nothing like that.
No, I don't have any rules about the sex content.
I would have done like a haunted dildo that like caused like this massive orgasm that just, I don't know, just crazy. Okay, but an Ovinnik, which I'm looking up, some sort of, is that a cat? It's a cat from hell?
It's kind of like a shapeshifter.
Okay.
Because in the story, there is one point where it's a cat.
I'm just gonna share my screen with those watching on the live stream, so that way you guys can see what I'm seeing here. I searched this Ovinnik, and it looks like I see what looks like a man thing, all skinny, starving, and then it turns into a cat. This one looks like an elf, like a cat elf. Interesting.
It's a very good story.
Okay. I don't know what an ovnik is, but I do believe that's a good story. I'm sure. If they went that far and delved into some folklore, I'm sure that's I mean, that sounds like they're building up towards something. Who's writing that one?
Oh yeah, Galena Treefell.
Okay, I have not read that author, but I'm sure it's good. Okay. That was O. What are some of the other hard letters? Q. Is Q
A.
quicksand?
Oh. That's another one of those. It's Qualupalik. I
Qualusalik?
believe it's Qualupalik.
Okay. What is that? Are you still there?
One of their creatures.
Okay. So it's just another creature. Okay. That's cool, though. You can have fun with that.
The prompt is monsters for the first book.
Okay. So the theme is monsters. Monsters kind of based on different letters. Okay. That's cool. Let's see. We did the most offensive. I asked you about the craziest one. Well, have there been any sort of like beta readers? Have people been checking out the book already?
The book as a whole, no. We've had different people reading the different stories individually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the feedback been like?
So far, everything that I've heard has been good. I've read, of course, all of them. My husband has read some of them. That was just us while we were working on putting the book together. But I know that each one of the authors had different people read their stories, and then I had different people read my stories that I wrote for the book. And, you know, I always appreciate any feedback, you know, because that you can just gives you room for improvement. So, anytime that I've gotten any kind of feedback, it's been good. But, you know, if they pointed out something, then obviously I worked on that. So, but it's been good overall from everything that I've seen and heard.
All right. And when does the book drop?
It actually was uploaded to Amazon tonight, and it's just in review. So as soon as they get through reviewing it, it will be available in paperback and Kindle.
All right. All right. Now, being your first book out there, are there certain hurdles that you had to overcome towards publishing? I was say processing. I don't know why, but publishing this book.
Oh gosh, there were tons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like formatting, things like that.
Well, I actually had someone format it for me.
Okay.
JZ Jance.
Okay, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry,
okay,
my
I
phone.
thought we cut out for a second. Okay, so you got help with someone formatting, for you. That's fine. Okay. Are there other things that you weren't expecting, that sort of like other problems that you weren't expecting that just sort of like came up?
I guess the biggest one that came up outside of that was just the timeline, making sure that everybody got their stories in a timely manner, and getting it all together and making sure that everything was done. And, it's just little things pop up here and there and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't even think of that,
Yeah.
So So it was just little things like that.
Did,
But, it's just trial and error.
did you have to deal with any drama within the authors or with the authors?
Not really. No.
Okay. You don't have to spill the beans. In fact, I would say don't. But yeah, you don't have to spill the beans or anything. But it's just that happens when you work with people. A lot of people, issues come up. Some small fires start, and you put them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little things. Yeah, I know what that is about. I've done that once or twice. Okay. All right. Now, you have some other projects as well lined up. I'm sorry?
I actually have great authors. They've all been really good, and they've been, their stories were great. They're great. It's been really a good process overall, good experience.
And that's good. That's good. That's a good way to start. I kind of wish I had that. I'm a little jealous. I'm a little green with envy over here because when I started, honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted a horror e-zine. I noticed a bunch of this was back in 2006 or something. I just noticed a lot of e-zines were horror e-zines were disappearing because, well, people were folding. It cost money and they don't have the money, so they just, close up shop. So I was like, how hard could it be? I could start up an e-zine. How hard could it be? I had no idea what I was doing. I was making stuff up back when Amazon Kindle was just starting to become a thing, kind of, sort of, like the very early versions. And the ebooks were I guess the very first issues of Deadman's Tome were kind of embarrassing formatting-wise. But I learned, through trial and error and just going through it. It was a fun experience.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm sure you've learned a lot going through this. I know you received help, but hey, you can learn from the help. That's great. And you even have other projects coming up. I think you have another volume of ABCs of Terror and something called Fill the Void. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Now, what is the second volume of ABCs of Terror going to be like? Is it also going to be monsters based on letters, or is it going to be other things?
It is going to be haunted places based
haunted
on letters
places.
this time.
Okay. So is V going to be vagina?
I don't know. I can't even remember who has V.
Okay, because I watched this porn before, and it's called My Vagina is Haunted. So
God.
That might be, you might want to think about that. Just
I'll pass that along.
Sorry. Do you have any family members that are listening to this? Because if so.
My mother. Hey, Mama.
Oh, crap. Well, I know I'm never going to be invited to any dinners. Okay? That'd be great. I already sealed that fate. Burn that bridge.
She'll still invite you over.
I'm sure she will. I'm sure she would. Okay. Let's see. So we got haunted places. I mean, you could do so much for that.
Yes, absolutely.
What's a haunted place that fascinates you?
Probably New Orleans. Just overall, they have a lot of good ghost stories, good supernatural things there. So, yeah, it's very fascinating to me.
Oh, okay. All right, you kind of explored that place?
I've actually never been. I want to go so bad. It's on my bucket list, but I have not been. I've just read a lot of things about the different places and things they have there. So,
now, have you ever seen a ghost or been touched by one? You laugh, but I'm serious.
I don't know if it was a ghost, but I have, over the years of being a nurse, had some odd things happen where I worked that you would be hard pressed to explain. So,
Like what? Odd things?
Well, I worked at a nursing home one time, and the front door was completely glass, and then there was glass on both sides of the door,
Yeah.
And we had a camera at the front desk where you could see who was at the door because they had to ring the doorbell, and you had to press the button to let somebody in if they were wanting to come in. And we had this. I was working night shift that night, and myself and another girl were sitting at the desk, and we started hearing somebody beating on the door, on the front door.
I thought you said beating.
And I looked in
Okay, you're saying old folks' home because I'm wondering if. Okay, go ahead.
No, like knocking.
Okay, knocking. Okay.
Yeah. So I looked in the camera, and there was no one there. And so it just continued to get louder and louder. And we were both sitting there looking at the camera. There was nothing there. And we both got up and walked around the desk and looked down the hallway to the door. You could see nobody, but it was actually being hit so hard that you could see the glass shaking.
That is weird. So something was hitting on the glass door, trying to get inside. Something that had once been in our realm of existence, but passed away, wanted to get back to the old folks' home.
It was wild.
There could be death trying to come in to collect. I don't know. Or it could be a lost long lover coming in for another quickie. I don't know either.
Could be. You never know.
No.
True love never dies.
True love never dies. That's what they say. That's what they say. Okay. All right. Now, what about Fill the Void? What is that project about?
Fill the Void is a post-apocalyptic novel. We have 15 authors. I am writing the beginning and the end, and the other 15 authors are writing the chapters in between.
Okay.
Each one is writing a chapter, and they have to, they get the chapters before there so they can read and kind of see, what's going on. And then it's their turn to make the story move along. And they have to leave either a cliffhanger or a problem in their chapter for the next author to solve when it's their turn.
Oh, I like that. So all these authors have to kind of piggyback on top of each other on base. I mean, they can add their own characters and add their own twist to it, but they play off of the problem with the cliffhanger. Is that right?
Yes, I mean, we explained that they can add characters, they can kill characters, whatever they need to do to make their part of the story work.
Now that's a project that's probably, I don't know, it seems ripe, especially if certain writers have egos. I could just imagine the drama. I could just imagine it. Have you had any trouble so far?
So far, no. I'm just finishing the beginning to give to the first author, so we'll see.
Okay.
We're just getting started, so
okay. Yeah. I hope, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be working with some good people that are mature and adults, and real adults, not just kid adults, but real adults that understand that, hey, if their character gets killed off, it just gets killed off, If things go in a different direction, they just go in a different direction. I mean, that's what this is. That's what that project is. Everyone's taking their turn, and when they are, it's whatever they say.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, right?
Right. That's right.
Okay.
If it's your chapter, you're the boss.
Okay. Look at that. I can see. I want to check out this book when it comes out because I can imagine. I wonder if there's gonna be if you saw a pattern of of the next author just killing off the prior author's characters and starting up their own. like would you go in there and be like, hey, what happened here?
That's not nice.
I know, it's not nice. Like author A, the first author, so like you, maybe you have some characters that you built up. They seem pretty strong. The next author's like, all those characters, they're just gonna get hit by a train. They just get hit by a train. And then we're gonna have new characters that come in. Wow.
So basically, they're wanting to be like Stephen King.
Yeah.
And kill all the characters.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, what is your is there something within horror or writing or publishing that grinds your gears?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And what is that?
How long do we have?
We got a lot of time.
I think the thing that most grinds my gears is the authors, the publishers, the editors that think they know everything. They might have only been doing it for as long as I have since February, or they might have been doing it for a couple of years or whatever. But some of them absolutely think that they know they're the end all be all.
That is
true. It just frustrates me to no end because everybody can learn and grow,
That is true.
So.
Yeah, there's certain, I'm not going to name any names, but I can think of a few people. I could think of a few examples of people that think they know everything, and maybe I'm one of them. Here I am talking about like what I know, right? But I'll flat out let you know that I don't know everything. That's true. If I were to give anyone formatting advice or anything like that, it'd just be from what I understand with the programs I use or whatever. But I kind of interact on the Facebook writing groups. I see what happens. A lot of people being like, actually, this, that, and the other is actually the preferred way. Being that guy, that actually guy. Which there's a time and place for it, I suppose. Maybe like a private DM instead of just like, hey, let me just embarrass you in front of everybody. Actually, this thing is really dumb. Why are you doing it that way? Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. That just causes drama, causes problems.
You just rolled right into the other thing that irritates me to no end. The drama.
Drama. Yes.
Yeah.
Drama is irritating. It is. And as someone, you'll probably hear, if you listen to some of the older Deadmanstome episodes, there's some, I did some stuff where I talked about a particular author. Maybe they had some problems, whatever. Like Nicholas Passion, or I think his name is Will Bernardar or something. I talked about them. They have a lot of drama. And when I say drama, I mean like Will B has some criminal trauma and some weird obsession with like victims of serial killers and shit. Weird guy. And Nicholas Passion, he has a habit of, I don't know. He's just a weird character. Who comes across as a homophobe at times and other stuff. I did stuff about them, right?
Right.
But I look back at that now and be like, well, I'm not gonna take those episodes down or anything. They are what they are. It's just getting into that muck, entertaining the drama, and getting into it, like flinging shit back and forth. That's not cool. That's not good. That really does nothing. In fact, if anything, I'm greasy and grimy for entertaining that as some sort of like a showman guy, being some sort of like a Jerry Springer sort of guy. Hey, look at this particular character. Look at this writer. Look at what he does. That's no good. No. People talking about other people. You know what? No. That irritates me too. And I understand that I done that before, like I said, but no. Trying to shift gears and be like, just a fun place, a chill place. We just talk about horror, talk about writing, and talk about the themes related to the books and make jokes. That's what I like to do.
That's right.
Have a good time. Have a good time.
That's what it's all about.
Have you had a lot of drama?
Just here and there. I try not to say too much. I try to let a lot of things go. Just because I know myself as a person, and I know my mouth gets me in trouble. So, like I said, I just try to kind of let things go and not say too much. And my mama always said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
So by drama, you're talking about people talking mess about you, like behind your back.
Yeah.
That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. Yeah. The best thing you can do about that, honestly, is just to ignore it. Because if you double down and you embrace it, if you do that, then you got to have the skin for that. And you got to understand there's going to be backlash about that as well. People think you're going to be a dick or an asshole about that. I'll play that card. I'll entertain that. Like, when this is more like a cancel culture sort of thing, sort of, but it felt. When Deadman's Tome did Psycho Holiday, which was our horror, Christmas-themed horror anthology. It's Psycho Holiday. It's themed off of Pantera, the Psycho Holiday song. But someone took offense to it because of the word psycho. They're like, it's ableist or whatever, because psycho is like a mental condition and blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I don't remember the words they use because that's how important it is to me. It's not important at all. But I had fun with it. I doubled down, was like laughing at them. And some people were like, you're just making this a bigger thing. I'm just like, actually, this is funny to me. I find it funny and hilarious and stupid. So, but you play it how you want, and it sounds like you're being pretty good about it. You ignore it. You don't let it bother you. That's good, because people talk mess about you all the time, especially here on the internet. That's all people do. They talk mess about people.
Those keyboard warriors.
Wait until they come for your books. Wait for when they come for you to try to, like, I don't know, call you this label, call you this smear, be like, oh, you said this once, you did this once, you made this joke once, or your book has this in it, because that happens. Man. Now you got a favorite horror movie?
I do.
You do?
I have several. It's so hard to pick, but I have a favorite.
Yeah? What's your favorite horror movie?
Pet Sematary. The 1989 version, not the new one.
The new one? Oh, I didn't even see the new one. I didn't.
Oh, don't waste your time.
Didn't they change the gender of the character? They turned it to a chick, right? To a girl?
Well, they actually just changed it where the daughter died instead of the son.
So wait, did they get rid of the son altogether?
No, he's still in the movie. He lives and she dies instead. She gets hit by that 18-wheeler. Oh, spoiler alert.
No, but good. But see, look at that. I wonder, knowing how Hollywood thinks and how like the social justice warriors and stuff like that, knowing how they're thinking with the progressive stuff, they're probably like, oh, we gotta gender swap this because the girl's gonna have much more of a role. But what you're really doing is making the girl get hit by an 18-wheeler, and then being the thing that comes back. When you could have left it the same and having the little girl, because in the book the girl was like aware. The girl kind of had like call it the Shining or something about her, that she seemed to know what was happening. They could have left it the same, and the girl would have had maybe a smaller screen time, maybe shorter screen time, but a much more impactful role. than the girl that got hit by an 18-wheeler.
I agree, 100%.
See, you're already smarter than the big wigs over there in Hollywood. Wow.
I yelled at the TV the whole time.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even bother with that. I'd be like, shh. Now, if I did a review of that movie, part of it would be the fact that it's like, do these people hate girls? They hate little girls? They had to swap the boy to be a little girl to see a little girl get hit by an 18-wheeler? That's very progressive of them. Very progressive. You know, I would have done that. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, you have another project, which I'll explore here at the kind of the tail end of the show. I understand it's kind of political by nature.
It is, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. What is this project?
It's called After the Kool-Aid's Gone.
After the Kool-Aid is gone. Okay.
It's going to be quite different and explosive. We're just going to kind of see what happens, and I have not formally announced it yet, so it's still in the works. But yeah, we wanted to do something different, and my husband and I just kind of played around with some ideas, and this is what we came up with, and we're super excited about it.
Well, I definitely appreciate and respect the spine, because it takes spine and courage to do something like this, because from what I understand, it's political, and you're getting stories from both the left and the right.
Yes, we're going to take stories from left and right, yes.
Okay. And now, are these stories, I'm guessing it's kind of like satire, kind of parody, that sort of stuff?
Right.
Okay.
You know, in the age and political era that we're in at the current moment, where everybody has a political opinion, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
What better way to express it than to be able to write a horror story, and you can, whatever you want to happen can happen.
That's a good way to express it, right? I mean, if you feel a certain
Right.
way about a certain political figure, write a story about them,
Right.
let them be the target, whatever that happens. There's plenty of people doing that with Trump, or I'm sure there's plenty of people on the right doing that about Nancy Pelosi, you know?
Right.
And
Yes.
now, the people who submit, I just hope that they're willing to work with those on the other side. That's what I hope.
Oh, I hope so too. Well, you know, I'll make them play nice.
You make them play nice. That's good. Now you're gonna have to. Are you? I think you said this before. You are a parent. You're a mom.
I am. Yes,
Okay.
I have 5 children.
Okay, so you know how to break up fights between
Yes.
kids that are just going at each other. Anymore, that's what I feel. That's what it looks like to me when I see people arguing about definitions of things and this, that, and about this political thing and that political thing. It's like they really get into it. It's like, guys, just separate. Take a breath. Take a time out.
Right.
and regroup and come back. Because learn to play nice. Learn to play nice until you can't play nice, I guess. Yeah, it's brave. And I say that with experience. Because Deadman's Tome had an issue once, a long time ago. 4 years ago. And some people, I'll just say it. 4 years ago, Deadman's Tome put out an issue called Trumpocalypse. My thinking about that was that whoever was going to be elected, whether it be Hillary or Trump, I was going to do an anthology where we're just making fun of them. That's it.
Uh-huh.
You know, it was a political satire thing aimed at the president, whoever would be president. and Trump was elected. So I was like, okay, Trumpocalypse. Had it been Hillary, it would have been Hillary goes to jail. You know, it would have been that our Bill's back in the house. It'd be like all sorts of stuff about Bill Clinton doing his shenanigans in the White House again. You know, it would have been funny. It still was kind of funny. I did like the Trump stories that came in there. And yeah, he was a target, and it was kind of what you expect. They're being dumb or small hands and stuff like that. And some of the stories were actually submitted by conservatives, Republicans that just, you know, didn't care for him, which I understand. There's a lot that don't, you know, it is what it is. That is the issue that didn't do well. That is the one issue that really didn't do well. And I was like, man, why? It could be a number of reasons. It could be that was the formatting could have been better. Maybe it's that. Maybe the formatting was wrong, or maybe Trumpocalypse, because of everyone's making fun of Trump, that it was saturated in a market where everyone's doing it, so you get lost in it. You know, it's like, dang. Had I done the Hillary goes to jail, that probably would have sold a lot more. But I like what you're doing. You're combining both the left and the right. That way you have all these stories to work with, and you can generate so many memes as a form of like advertising to promote it based on different stories. How one of the stories in that collection of Trumpocalypse was actually it was a battle royale, fight to the death sort of thing that Trump was running to select his cabinet. It was really fun. I enjoyed that story. It was well written, and I was like, that's the way politicians should be selected anymore. Because, I mean, come on, it was great.
Absolutely.
It was a fight to the death sort of thing. I was like, okay, I like this one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's brave. You know, when you do a political themed issue, you know, you're gonna get targeted by lots of stuff. It felt me even mentioning Trumpocalypse again. I'm probably gonna receive some messages, you know, by people who are like pro-Trump, like, hey, I think you're pro-Trump too. It's like, look, a lot of my family is, and I'm kind of leaning. Look, it is what it is. With the way things are, it's right now. It's like, what do you have, Trump or Biden? It's like, come on, like, who am I choosing? Okay. Come on. And, you know, they'll send me messages, but you got to have thick skin. And I think you have it. I think you could do it.
Well, we really want to do we have so many ideas and things that are coming up that we're looking forward to. We have, we're just trying to do different things that not everybody's doing,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main thing. That's our main goal, is to stand out and do different things, but have fun and let the authors, have fun and do what they do best.
Hey, and that's great. Releasing books, putting books out there that are different, that stand out, that are done in a different way, like even with Fill the Void, where post-apocalyptic stuff, it's been explored before, right? It's timeless, and it's been explored many, many times. I don't know if timeless is the right word. But the way you're doing it, you're having with different authors are writing their stories, and the other author kind of writes on top of that, piggybacking. That's great. That's awesome. So yeah, I think you guys are going to come out with some good stuff. The ABC of Terror already sounds good. You have a good roster with that. That drops what I think, July 7th is when it comes out. I hope to see it. I want to see it. I want to get a copy.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's good. I'm very proud of it, especially it being the first one. It's they're amazing, really. Truly.
Well, I hope to see it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, definitely press the like button and share and subscribe, okay? If you're listening to this on the podcast feed, leave a comment. I think you can rate it there if you're listening on iTunes or whatever podcast apps you're using. Definitely share it. I'm doing a thing now where if you share any episode of the podcast using hashtag deadmanstome, I will go and search for those shared posts, because you can do that sort of thing, and I will raffle out, hand out free t-shirts, free mugs, free stuff. Okay, it's just my way of giving back. It's what I do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Deadman Stone podcast. And Dawn, Shea, thank you so much for coming on. Did I say she or is it she, right? Shea?
Shea.
Dang it. Okay. Dawn, Shea, thank you so much.